Hello, my name is Job, and today I want to talk about the interactive experience from Meow Wolf. But before we dive into the experience, I want to talk about Meow Wolf for a second. Meow Wolf was founded in 2008, and its insane history was filled with overcoming hurdles. Their core value is and has always been to collaborate with as much artists from all different types of art forms. So Meow Wolf is trying to shake up the well-established art world by changing how we consumers consume art installations. Meow Wolf tries to incorporate as many different art forms as they can. For example, architecture, sculpture, photography, video production, cross reality like virtual reality, augmented reality and mixed reality, music and audio engineering, costuming, performance arts, and most importantly, storytelling. In their latest interactive experience called Meow Wolf has managed to stick to their purpose and combine all of the previously listed art forms. An audience that I detected and I think that would be super interested in this experience would be students from the study program IMT, which stands for Image and Media Technology. It's a study program from the Hogeschool van Kunsten in Utrecht, also known as the HKU. The study program basically revolves around creating the art forms for installations like these. So I would highly suggest them to focus on students like this. But more on that later in the video. Let's focus on the experience right now. If there's one experience design quality that Omega Mart absolutely excels in, it would be attraction. Omega Mart is full of technological advancements that trigger all five senses like vision, sound, movement, so balance, but also taste. Omega Mart has succeeded in capturing attention from their audience by allowing them to walk through different areas and move within their universe. When scrolling through the YouTube reviews and articles, one thing that stood out is that a lot of visitors said is that they could have easily spent another afternoon or day within the experience. There's simply so much to look at. Just the products alone have so much detail. This perfectly blends in with the design principle activation. So the users are able to explore different areas on themselves, which allows them to engage with the story on a deeper level. Speaking of the story, users are somehow expected to figure out the story by themselves. The cool thing is, by the way, this is a classic example of layering, is that the story can be followed from a multi-dimensional perspective. Meaning that you can follow the story from Walter Dram, which was the founder of Omega Mart. Or you can follow the story from the CEO, Cecilia Dram. Or maybe follow the story of the disappearance of Marin Dram. There are so many stories to follow, and you can even get a small card with which you can go to the employees' cafeteria. So you can feel like what it's like to work for Omega Mart. This experience makes use of a lot of evocative communication. Users are invited to grab, push, pull, all sorts of knobs and doors and interact and even influence the surrounding around them. Additionally, there's so many things to look into. I'll show you a nice example. So how does Meow Wolf create value for the audience but also for the company? So what matters are memorability and relevance. Perfectly done by Omega Mart is that you can buy almost anything in the shop. The way Omega Mart makes use of the narrative value chain is almost ironic. One of the themes that Omega Mart touches is the inadequacy of humans to deal with foreign creatures, but it also criticizes consumerism. So now let's talk about the analysis. The first touch point and the invitation would be the TV commercials that you can see on YouTube or maybe even TV. Yet when arriving at the experience, you immediately see sculptures and a crashed airplane, which are inviting the audience to enter Area 15. The transition happens at the entrance of Area 15, which has this alien-like architecture. And entering Omega Mart, you're welcomed by the Omega Mart employees, which would be the introduction. The audience gets to wander around the experience and grab, push, pull, and touch all sorts of products to eventually figure out that they're portals to another dimension. All the different locations contribute to the admiration of the audience for the experience, and especially the interaction with the employees contributes to this. The absolute immersion happens when people control the machines, especially when the whole supermarket starts lighting up, which perfectly blends in with connection, because the interaction with the employees goes so smoothly and they're really part of the experience. The outside area of Omega Mart, Area 15, is filled with restaurants where the recollecting moments happen. Omega Mart is not based on a movie or a series, meaning the integration part doesn't happen that smoothly afterwards, yet they do have a super nice website that you can visit. So what makes the experience meaningful for the audience, and what were the signature moments? So clear moments that trigger the experience levels are when entering the supermarket and the strobe room. So the supermarket triggers the mind with its familiarity. This triggers curiosity and drags the audience even more into the story. So a great example of the wonder zone that triggers the body aspect of the experience levels would be the strobe room. For visitors, it might be super uncomfortable to enter a completely dark room. The innovative aspect of the experience is the integration of the storylines. What Meow has done exceptionally well is that literally every detail has been thought out. The employee cards, the products, the storylines, even the computer files, you name it. Now we have done the analysis and the evaluation, let's discuss its limitations and the areas of improvement. Although Area 51 is huge, many visitors complain that even during the COVID-19 pandemic, the experience is way too crowded, which really pulls off visitors from the experience. As for improvements, if you invest time in understanding the story and read some background information, the story becomes more and more clear. I do understand though that in a short amount of time, all this information might be a lot to comprehend. It basically results in information overload. Experience doesn't necessarily have a clear protagonist, and they don't necessarily follow the hero's journey theory. I do think there's so much going on, you don't even have to follow the story to have fun. Yet I think for the audience to be fully immersed on a deeper level, some basic knowledge on the background of the story might be needed. Alright, thanks a lot for watching. I honestly hope you've learned something, and good luck grading though. Bye bye.